talking with Gladys Chambers, my grandma. This is for Mr. Koontz's class, period 3. How old were you during the Depression?
I was in my teens, going to high school.
Where did you live?
In South Benton County.
Did you figure that the Depression was coming on, or did you have any idea towards this? Or did your family have any idea towards this?
Oh, I think that everybody knew that we were going to have a depression because so many people talked about it, and then there were so many people out of work.
What ideas made you feel this way?
People that were out of jobs and no money to buy things. And, just hearing people talk about it.
Did your family have anything to do with the stock market or have any stocks?
No, we lived on a farm.
Did you have any idea about stocks? Did you know what they were?
Oh, I had a pretty good idea, sure. And I knew, I can remember about the stock market and about hearing about all the suicides and so forth when so many people lost so much money.
What did you feel about the stocks?
Oh, I don't think I gave it too much thought.
How did it indirectly or directly affect your family?
Oh, I suppose we were poor just like everybody else. No one had any money. And being in my teens, why, there was a lack of money to do things that we wanted to. We managed to stay in school, but that was about all. I stayed home from a lot of the school doings because I didn't have money to buy the clothes in order to go.
Did your parents lose their employment or anything like that?
Well, we traded our farm off in order to keep it in a way because it was a sort of a last thing to do at the time.
How about your future plans?
Well, yes. No, I kept on going to school. It didn't affect me that way. Sometimes we had one heck of a time staying there, but we were there.
Okay. Did your family have any money in the bank?
No.
Would they put it under their pillow?
We didn't have any money left over after we bought the things that was necessary for us to live from day to day. There never was any money left over. We lived on a farm, however, so we always ate good.
Did you know any local banks that crashed or lost all their money?
No, I didn't.
How about the prices of foods and stuff? What happened to them?
Oh, they were just down rock bottom. You could buy enough groceries to last you for a month for $10. Most of the people were working for practically nothing. They worked in the mills for 15, 25 cents an hour.
How about hot dogs? How much did they cost?
I can't remember, but I think that you could buy a hot dog and a bowl of chili for $0.10. And I mean a big hot dog and a big bowl of chili.
How about some stories, like when you went out, what did you do, and stuff like that?
Oh, we had lots of house parties. And everybody thinks of the Depression as being a time when you didn't have any fun, but we probably had a lot more fun than the kids do now because we made our own fun. My mother played piano and my dad played drums, and we used to have kids come to the house, and you never had to worry about anybody crashing a party because nobody had enough gas to get there or an automobile to get there in. So you always just had your own kids there.
Did your family have any other problems besides, I don't know, just any other certain problems?
Oh, not that I can remember about, no.
Other than music, what else did you do for entertainment during the Depression?
Oh, we went to lots of dances. You could go to a dance for, they charged the men 10 cents and the women got in for free, so it was, and we went to baseball games and things like this, things that didn't cost any money.
Did you think the government was at fault, or what do you think caused the Depression?
I don't know that I ever did give it too much thought. I know that when Roosevelt got in, why he did a lot to start things back.
What did you think of Hoover?
Well, I don't think I was thinking very much about politics at that time, but I think Hoover was a president that he didn't get very much criticism because he didn't do very much.
Is there anything I haven't covered that you'd like to go over?
Not that I can think of.
I'm Marcia Chambers, and now I'm talking with my Grandpa-Chambers. How old were you when the Depression hit?
Oh, about 20.
Did you work, or?
Yeah, I was a mule skinner, and then I went to work in the sawmill.
Where'd you live at?
Well, I lived in eastern Oregon, and then I come down here to the Benton and Broken Lumber Company in South Corvallis.
What made you move?
Well, it was just to have a change of jobs. I got tired of listening to the mules all night.
Did you have any anticipation that the Depression was going to come or be so severe?
Oh, yeah, because there was people moving all over the country. There wasn't anybody staying any place.
Why do you think they were moving all over the country?
Well, because there was no work where they were at. Only seasonal work.
Did you have any family or friends that were involved with stock?
No.
What did you feel about stocks? Did you think that they were bad or good?
Well, I didn't have anything to do with stocks because I was busy doing other things.
Did you hear any dramatic stories about the stock market?
Oh, just that when she went, why it went. And all the banks closed. And you put money in the bank and they take your money, but you couldn't draw it out. They just shut the doors on you.
How did it indirectly or directly, how did the Depression indirectly or directly affect your life?
Well, it didn't hurt me too much. I never missed any meals, but I postponed quite a few.
Did it bother your purchasing? I mean, like, did you have a hard time buying things and stuff?
Well, you could buy stuff pretty cheap if you could get your money. You could work for 15 cents an hour in the sawmill. You worked 10 hours a day before you got the overtime, and then you couldn't draw your money because the sawmill owners didn't have any money to pay you off.
Did you have a hard time getting your money from sawmill owners?
Oh, yeah, they didn't have it. You could just get about $5 a week, and that had to do you.
Did you have any money in the bank?
No, but when I quit the sawmill, I had $1,100 coming from the sawmill. Then I went to Idaho and went to work for the farmers up there. So the sawmill went broke, and they sent me a check for $11. I got a cent on the dollar for the money I had coming from the sawmill.
Did that make you mad?
No, that $11 come in pretty handy.
What did you do when you worked on the farm?
Well, I drove mules. We worked in the hay and the wheat. Them days you didn't have combines and stuff like that. You had to pitch the bundles of wheat into the wagon and haul them into the thrashing machine. The hay, while you pitched the hay on the wagon and hauled it into the stack, put it in the stack.
Do you remember the prices of goods changing, or how they changed and why they changed?
No, I don't know why they changed, or just the way it is now. When things started going, why prices started going up. They've been going up ever since.
Like prices of goods, how much did they cost then?
Oh gosh, you could buy your gloves for 2 bits a pair, and your overalls never did cost you over 79 cents for a pair of overalls. And your shoes, why the soles wore out, why you could go to the dime store and get you some rubber soles and paste them on your soles of your shoes for 15 cents.
That was cheaper than buying another pair of shoes?
Why sure, cheaper than going and getting them half soled.
Do you have any interesting stories that you could add to this?
No, not that I know of anyhow. It was, it was kind of rough, but it was good times. It wasn't all bad.
What did you think of the government? Do you think it was bad or good?
Well, When the crash come, well, we just had another run-of-the-mill Republican president. Then we got a Democrat in, and things started looking better.
Are you Democratic?
Well, I should say so.
You didn't like Hoover very well, huh?
No.
Did,
Not any more as anybody like Eisenhower or Nixon.
did you see any of the Hoover bills or old shanty towns or anything like that?
Well, yeah. Seen a lot of shanty towns up the river. Every place, the old tin buildings. Everybody gets scraps of lumber and making a little shelter out of it to get in out of the rain. It wasn't too bad.
Did it look kind of interesting?
Oh, yeah. It was interesting. It was a place to get in out of the cold.
Did you ever live in any of those?
I stayed in some of them overnight.
What did you do for entertainment?
Oh, just like I do now, I just chase girls. I had a little home brew. Everybody had a 10-gallon crock going behind the stove in the kitchen. And, we'd have a bottling party, bottle of home brew, celebrate.
Was that when there was Prohibition or before or after?
Oh, that was during Prohibition. After Prohibition, well, you didn't have to have your own home brew.
Oh, I see. So you were illegal then, huh?
Oh, well, everybody else was.
Did you go to movies or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, you could go to a movie if you got 10 cents to get through the door.
Did that ever happen to you, that you didn't have your 10 cents?
Oh, yeah. A lot of times.
Well, is there anything I haven't covered that you'd like to go over?
No, not that I know of. I think we've done a pretty good job on it.
Time to give me an A.
Oh, well, they better. It's a lot of hard work for me.